Good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you here.
Yeah,
Or
I
not
saw
see
you, but
What was that?
I say I saw you all the time.
Yeah. So you can't see anything except the screen, right?
Uh, yes.
Okay, good. Good. Not that I don't want to see your smiley faces, just
Well, in the morning, sometimes you really don't want to see me in my real face.
Yeah, well, I've got such a day after this. I'm scooting out to look at a vacant house, so I'm all ready to rock and roll.
Wow.
So
That's great. I would rather to have a very, very crazy busy days instead of just, locked down at home.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I know what you're saying. Oops.
Anybody there?
Good morning, Rob.
You're always there. You're always like on time. It's perfect.
Oh, let's not get carried away. I do have a thing about being on time. Maybe I just don't have enough to do, so I love hanging on out at Zoom calls.
No, you're a professional. I'm on time too. I'm always early no matter what I'm doing.
I appreciate that, and the clients appreciate that. I Nothing drives me nuts than people who come on late.
Hey, if you're a professional, you're early, you're on time, you're prepared, you know what the hell you're doing. I can't stand anybody that, oh, I always run late. Oh, I'm not prepared. Oh, I'm not, you're not a friggin' professional in my book.
Well, then you might want to get off of this phone call.
Why?
No, about not being prepared. I'm just
Uh,
kidding.
You're perfect. I love you.
Oh, how sweet.
Yeah, well, you're not the first pretty girl I've ever lied to, but
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I
yeah.
remember you from Bold. You were quite the little character.
Oh, don't be saying that. I get in trouble by my market center leadership.
Oh, they know better.
Oh yeah, they got to keep a short leash on me.
I'm sure they do. And Laura's the one to do it.
Yeah, she's one of the few women that can handle me.
I don't know if that's good news or bad news.
Oh, it's good news, you know. She's not on here yet, or she'd be saying something.
Yeah, I'm surprised she's not.
Yeah, it's like 9:03. Where is everybody?
It is not. Don't do that to me. You know,
My
the thing
computer
is,
says 9:03 a.m.
mine says
my iPad says.
8:56.
Oh, 8:56. My computer must be fast.
Well, of course. Well, I think the other thing that I find absolutely interesting is that it's finances, financial basics. So I'm wondering how many will actually get on the call.
Yeah, well, I'm working on my computer doing books right now anyhow, so might as well talk financing.
Yeah, I just did my profit and loss for the last 3 months and then to budget, which sucks because obviously things haven't happened the way I would have liked them to.
I'll make money no matter what. I got money in the stock market and it's screaming money right now. You know, you got to make money no matter what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll go back driving Lyft. I don't care. I'm thinking about doing it today just for fun. I'm getting bored at home.
Well, was it Uber or Lyft that announced today they're letting go a lot of people?
Oh, yeah? How
Yeah,
could they let them go? We're independent contractors. What the hell?
I know.
How could they let Lyft drivers go? You know, they don't pay us nothing. Maybe the employees are letting go, but not independent contractors. Why would you let ICs go? They don't cost you nothing. They only make you money.
Yeah, unless
I'll
there's
have to look it up.
unless they're talking about the infrastructure.
Yeah, they got to be talking infrastructure because who would let an IC go? That'd be stupid.
Yeah. Okay, well, we've got 2 minutes. Let's see how many people we got. We're up to 8. Yay.
Where are they? They ain't saying a damn word. Dang word.
Oh, and Laura's on. Hi, Laura.
Good morning.
You're
How
good.
you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey,
You must have just got on.
Oh, be quiet.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, Renee. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing pretty damn good.
Hey.
You're
Yeah.
always doing good. What are you talking about?
Yep. Today I'm kind of got a split personality. I'm doing this and then actually I'm supposed to be at CAR right now. Yeah.
Is there a Zoom meeting right now with
No, not
CAR?
right now. No. But it's funny because, we would have been in Sacramento this week
Oh, right.
for CAR and the directors are meeting. When are the directors we have a meeting I have 2 meetings today and then the board of directors are meeting tomorrow. So
So wait, so how are they doing it then? Just via
Zoom.
Okay.
Can you imagine they're going to do Zoom with 800 directors?
Renee, Bold has over 20,000 people in it.
Are they going to do it Zoom or are they going to do it as a, what's the other option is as a webinar?
It won't be through KW Connect. I don't know which platform they're using now. I don't know if it'll be webinar format. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, but yeah, that's great. 20,000.
Yep.
I like the question Elaine asked yesterday too, which I guess Carl had asked is if someone's not doing it, the question is why not?
Right. Yeah.
Give me a reason. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. What do you think we get started?
Yeah,
Good
please.
work.
Most people I think know you, but please do introduce yourself again. And then
Absolutely.
if you need me, I'll be in the background. Okay.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Can you
Thank-
mute everybody?
Oh yeah, let me mute everybody real quick, Renee.
Okay. And I get to,
Oops. Okay, wait. All right, I think Renee, hold on. There,
Okay.
you're unmuted now, Renee.
okay, great. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning,
morning.
Renee.
Morning.
Morning. Good
God, I love hearing that. I was really concerned about this because this class, when you say financials, people usually run for the hills. And by the way, let me back up again. Renee Mello, I'm an agent with Keller Williams in Santa Cruz. I've been licensed since 1986, but actually went back in full-time, totally committed in the year 2000. As someone said, I think it was Jordan said the other day, I was president of the Santa Cruz County Association of Realtors year before last. And I was blessed with only having to deal with Santa Cruz County's rent control. And Morgan Ling, who is our president this year, all I can say is God love her. Not a place I'd like to be. So today we're going to be talking about financials. And Tom, would you be willing to look on online to see if there's any questions as we go through this? I'm sure Tom said yes. So
Hold on a second. I'll be looking online to see what?
the chat to see if there's any
Okay,
questions
gotcha.
online.
All right,
I-
good. I gotta put my hearing aids in.
Yeah, well, I don't have to, I haven't had mine on in like a month and a half. It's
Thank you for
fun.
sharing, Renee.
Okay, well, now that we've done our opening act, anyway, financial. And at one point, I would say was probably the worst person to be teaching this because I actually was not as diligent as I could be. And I have finally made a commitment to get my stuff together because it is really important. And hopefully throughout this class, I'll be able to help you maybe through some of my mistakes. So oh, why is it not letting me? There we go. So we've seen this every day for the last month. And today we're talking about managing the money that we're going to earn as we grow our business. If we don't grow our business, we don't have any money to manage. So again, we need to do what we need to do to grow our business so that we have money to manage. So the first thing we're going to talk about is perspective. So exactly what does that mean? Some habits that we need for a financially sound business. And whether you're new to Keller Williams or you've been here forever, one of the things that we're really the premise that we operate from is that we're all have a big why and a big life, a goal, and we need to set our profit goal. Notice I didn't say GCI goal. We need to set our profit goal to fund that big life and pursue the activities that we need to do to achieve it. So another habit is to estimate, save for, and pay your taxes on time. I will be perfectly transparent with you. IRS and I have negotiated a few times, and it's not a pretty picture. You know, you really want to be able to pay your taxes on time. And now we have until July 15th. So your business should be set up to do that. Use the proven models and systems of the MREA chart of accounts. For those that aren't aware, that in the MREA book at the very back, Appendix A is actually a sample chart of accounts. So if you want to start keeping track of your business, that's a great place to look and see how you should be dividing up your accounts. Be fiscally savvy by reviewing your financials monthly. Pay yourself a salary and prepare now for a financially secure business. You know, I remember one time I talked to somebody, and when you talk about, I was coaching, when you talk about paying yourself a salary and reviewing your financials and that, one of the things the analogy I used is that if you owned a retail store, and would you at the end of the day take all the money that was in the cash register and take it home as your income? And the answer should be no, because that's the gross profit, but there's gross income, but there's a lot of expenses that have to go against that. So when you get a commission check and you take it to your personal account, you're basically doing the same thing. You're treating it like It's like you took the money out of the cash register every day. So Gary Keller said, money is good for the good it can do. A lot of people get concerned when you start talking about money. There's people who feel that money is the root of all evil, all those kinds of sayings. And we at Keller Williams believe that we want to be profitable. The goal is to be profitable, and it's for the good that we can do with the money. It's the good we can do for our family. It's the good we can do for our community. So money for money's sake is not the goal. It's for the goal is what we can do with the money. Are there any questions out there so far? Okay. I didn't count to 10. Okay. I'm going to give you two scenarios, and this kind of is a picture of those two scenarios. And then we're going to talk briefly about which one's right and which one's not. Scenario number one, new agent Jessica earns a commission of $9,000. She must be playing in my market area. And after paying her broker, she receives a check in the amount of $5,760. She deposits it in her personal bank account to pay for personal credit card debt and household expenses. Okay, then we have new agent Jessica, who receives her check for the amount of $5,760 and deposits in her business bank account to cover business expenses. She pays herself a salary of $4,032, which goes into her personal bank account, then transfers 40% of her salary, or $1,613, from her personal account to her tax savings account. And this leaves Jessica with $2,419 to pay household and living expenses. So which one of those two do you think is correct?
The business.
Number two.
You think? So the point here is that you need to pay yourself. You need to have, number one, you need to have a business account. And then you need to pay yourself a salary. Now, I personally have just applied for the PPP, the payroll protection plan. I actually have set up an S Corp, and I do pay myself through paychecks a biweekly salary. I pay myself $5,000 a month. So when I applied for that, I was able to show them that I had been paying me, an income on a regular basis. And I think that we need to start thinking again, or remembering that we're in business, and we need to set it up like a business. We need to have a business account. All you need to do is go to the bank and do a business account. If you're doing a fictitious business name, you're going to have to file with the county, and then take the paperwork in, and you can actually open the account that way. Or with me, I have a corporate ID number, and I went to the bank with all the proper documents and opened up my bank account. So again, you have to have a business account, and you should be paying yourself a regular salary. Any questions? Okay, moving along. So financially sound business example. One transaction, 9,000 commission. This is the answer to the question. 5,760 net payment check, and then there's 2,419 in your pocket. So you've got your expenses and you've got your taxes accounted for. And the reason you have your expenses counted for is because you left some of the money into your, you left some money in your business account. Okay. So the MREA models, basically the MREA says that of your gross commission income, 30% should go to cost of sales, 30% should go to operating expenses, and 40% profit. And there's not very many businesses that you can have or you can own that allow you a 40% profit. So if this is done correctly and with a lot of self-control, this can be a very good business if you adhere to this. And it said the key to a financially sound business is to only spend money that has been generated by your business. So once it hits your personal account, it's not available to run your business with. You need to keep enough in your business account to run your business. Okay. So the flow of money. So what happens? Income is what goes in, expenses is what goes out, and profits what's next. Boy, that's rocket scientists, isn't it? Emerald Lagasse and the rocket scientists used to drive me nuts. Anyway, the other way to look at it is what is your goal as a profit? What profit goal do you have? What do you want to see in your bank by the end of the year? And then what is your expense? And then that tells you how many homes you need to sell. How many people, let me ask it this way. How many people have not been through a business planning workshop with Keller Williams?
Me,
Okay, Nairi, anyone
Me.
else?
Chrissy.
Chrissy?
Same
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Monica.
Okay, great. Well, this is going to be a little bit about how you set your goals. And usually this is covered in a business planning workshop. And we normally have them in October, November of every year. You should have your plan done for the next year by November. And I am going to recommend strongly that you absolutely positively attend that when it comes around at the end of the year. Even if I still attended. I've been with Keller Williams since 2007. So, and I still go to them every year. You always, it forces you to start the planning process. So anyway, income from your real estate business. It says commissions earned from closed transactions. So listing income, sales income, referral income, and leasing income. I actually thought about profit share being there. I include it as income from my real estate business. They don't do that, but I would. So that's your business income. So your expenses, and the expenses are the variables. So those are the things that you pay only when you have a transaction. You don't pay commissions to the office if you haven't had a transaction. You don't pay splits or independent contractors unless you've had a transaction. So so who knows what our market center cap is? And all three of them are the same, so I'm not giving up any secrets.
30.
Perfect. And what's the royalty?
3,000.
Thank you, Tom. Yes. So those are expenses that we have every year that are taken out of our commissions. They're investments in Keller Williams. So digging into the cost of sales. So the formula is, if you haven't capped on company dollar or you haven't capped on royalty, what's the net commission check to you after you receive, after cost of goods sold? Formula GCI minus company dollars minus royalty equals net income, or net commission, not net income. So I did an example, 20,000, it would be $6,000 for company dollar, $1,200 for royalty, for a grand total of 12,800 net commission. Understand too, for those that may not understand this, that the royalty always comes off of the GCI. So the company dollars taken off of GCI and royalties taken off of GCI. It's not a progressively downward thing. Then if it's GCI, this says minus royalty. If you've capped, this should be really, should say minus company dollar. So again, if you've capped on royalty, if you had $20,000 commission, you'd have a $6,000 company dollar. So you would walk away with 14,000. And then the day we all look forward to is the day we cap. And at that point, we get 100% of our commission. Any questions? Okay. So this is where we're going to get to play with some numbers. Plan for your future. Okay, everybody get a pencil and paper. And tell me yes when you've got it.
Yes.
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 Okay. So, thank you. Okay, so what is put down what your net profit goal is. And let's just say that it was 100,000. You can, there's an area here that you are going to have to do your own math. They do most of the math, but here is where they'll do it. Well, there is an area where you'll do your own. This is where they'll kind of help you through. Okay, then they say gross profit goal. And they say 1,666, whatever, $166,666. Boy, I've been in isolation way too long. And you divide your net profit by 60%. Does anyone have any idea why we do it by 60%? I didn't either until I actually cheated.
That taxes and costs of other things?
Perfect. It's the taxes. Keller Williams believes you should keep aside 40% of your net profit or your profit goal for taxes. So what this is saying, I think 40% is high, especially if you're paying yourself an income. Like when I pay myself an income, and because I'm doing it with paychecks, they're actually taking out taxes every 2 weeks. So figure out what you think your tax liability would be. So if you thought it was, if your tax liability is only going to be 30%, then divide the 100,000 by 70%. Everybody got that? So basically it's saying that you have to make 166,000 because you're going to pay the 66,000 in taxes to net 100,000. Everybody staying with me?
Yes.
Okay, then you divide that by 40%. So why 40%?
Cost of doing business? I don't.
Yeah, well, the 40% is actually your profit. So basically, I have to make 666,000 to have a profit of 40%. That 466,000 includes the 66,000 in taxes, and it also includes the 60% that we have down as expenses. Does that all make sense? So to net 100,000, we're going to have to earn gross commission income of 416,666,000. So this is where you need to do your own figuring. It says divide the GCI by average commission income. I don't think our average income is 7,500. So divide that 416 or whatever number you have by what you feel your average income is. Because I do the adult village a lot, that's kind of my, where I do my farm. I would say that my average commission is $12,375. So you use whatever number you have. Again, they're using 7,500. So they're saying you have to do 56 units to get the 416,666. The anticipated cost of sales is your cap plus your royalty. So here they say their cap is 20,000 and the royalty is 30. And then the operating expense is 124. So the 23 plus the 124 plus the 166 should equal the 416,666. Have I thoroughly confused everybody?
Just a little bit.
Oh, good, good. I wouldn't have been doing my job if I hadn't been. So what this is talking about, and this is actually, this worksheet is actually in your the participating guide. The thing that it's doing is it's saying, if you want to make $100,000 net profit, what you need to do is take that net profit, divide it by whatever you think your taxes are minus 100, then divide that by 40, because that's what your profit goal is 40% of your net income. So that means 60% of it is going to go to expenses. Then you divide it by your average cost per sale, or average commission per sale, to get the number of units you need. And then what they're doing there about the anticipated cost of sale and operating expenses, they're just telling you, you know, they're including the royalty and the cap and then the expense. Okay. Any questions? Tom, nobody's typing away in the old.
I've seen nothing in the chat.
Okay, moving right along.
Maybe they're not, maybe they're still, I don't know. Is there anybody out there?
Is anyone? Oh, I still show 23 participants.
All right, good. We're good to go. Oh, somebody just wrote something.
Is this
Is
for
this
each year?
Is this for each year? Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and actually, thank you, Patty. I actually cheated and just went into the chat. And one of the things that market caps are not a secret. So market center caps. So, you know, each yeah, I was about ready to go down a rabbit hole. I won't. Understand that Keller Williams operates, so I said I won't, so I will. Keller Williams operates in the corporate and in the market center just like this, okay? Because we have open books, you could ask at any time to see the books, but they actually do the exact same thing. You know, they're looking for a 40% profit. They estimate what their income's going to be. They do this kind of planning at the market center level and at the corporate level. And so, you know, because again, it's a business. And one of the things that Keller Williams does when they set the cap is they look at the current market and they figure out, based on the average income of the people, of the average sale price of the homes in the area, what we can expect as income, and then a certain number of people anyway. So there is a formula that they use to do the caps. They're not arbitrary. So now that I went down that rabbit hole, let's keep moving. So best practices, gain clarity on your big life hopes and dreams. If you don't have something that you're working for, it doesn't seem as important to meet your goals. Set your personal and business budgets. set up your business entity. As I mentioned, I actually 3 years ago set up an S Corp. The name of the corp is Renbo, and it's a combination of my husband's name and my name. And, it basically makes everything a lot easier. I have my operating account, and then I have, an account for taxes and expenses and other savings. There's a book out called Profit First, that if you're really looking to put your arms around financials and how to stay in business and grow your business, it's a great book. One of the things that happens is we can run our businesses and think we're being profitable, and in reality, we're not. And one of the things that's really interesting, and I think that, I don't know if I think this was mentioned before, but in the past in Family Reunion and in Mega Camp, Gary would have, all these mega agents come out and talk to us about doing business and how good it is, and, what you need to do to be mega successful. And what they started to realize is that a lot of these people were having a lot of gross income, gross commission dollars, but they were not profitable. They weren't running a profitable business. If you start growing your team and you have like 20 people, you have to really stay on top of what's happening and stay accountable to every dollar that goes out. So now, before anyone goes on the stage for Mega Camp or for Family Reunion, they must show their profit and loss to Gary. And so he is only going to put people up there that are running profitable businesses. And if you're thinking of, if your goal is to eventually run or eventually have a mega team, you have to get the basics down. And now is the best time to do this.
Hey,
Yes.
is it the same for breakouts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you ask? Let me change that. Why do you ask?
I'm just wondering because I understand like the main stage, checking the P&L, but just the breakouts, because I love the breakouts, and I think that the people who host them and like are the speakers are great the last 2 times that I've gone. But I was just curious if that was also for the breakout team.
I can't speak with 100% confidence, yes or no, but I would imagine, because a lot of the people in the breakouts are also people that are on stage. I would say that they're probably needing to show that they're running a profitable business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was at a meeting one time where this a guest speaker was talking about referrals, and so one of the people that got up to talk was a leading agent in the area who did close to $500,000 in commission. You can believe that. She stood up and said, that she's making all this money, but her actual what it's costing her is over $400,000 a year in running her business. And I was just absolutely floored by that. I'm thinking to myself, well, you're as busy as a beaver, and I'm making just as much money as you sitting back. Now that's not a good thought, all right? But the point is well made, that somebody was spending that kind of money to get that kind of business. So yeah, it leads right along with what you're talking about here, Renee. You need to be cognizant about what your expenses are. You need to be running it efficiently.
As I mentioned, excuse me, yesterday, everybody wants to put their hands in our pockets with all these different programs. And, that's why Gary is so passionate about coming out with Command, is to integrate all the stuff that they've been nickel and diming us to death and giving it to us at a minimum cost. And, you know, I mean, there's people who have saved thousands of dollars a month by using Command. And again, whether you're a single agent or a, excuse me, an agent that's thinking of growing in their business, you have to get into the habit of doing your finances, figuring out what's going on. As I mentioned this morning, I actually pulled my profit and loss for the last 3 months. And, you know, I'm going to look at it later, probably tomorrow, but just get a sense of, you know, because I'm obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, but I'm not near where I thought I would be or wanted to be. So, you know, some things are going to have to be cut down. And of course, some of this included travel, which some of the expenses included travel, which obviously I'm not going to be able to do. So, you know, just start the habit now. Trust me. I do everything on QuickBooks. And what I've learned through trial and error is that I need to do QuickBooks. I need to have 2 accounts. One is my business account and one is my personal account, because nothing was worse than pulling my profit and loss and pulling my balance sheet, and it included a lot of personal items. So now I have 2 separate accounts within QuickBooks to summarize everything that's going on. Hire an accountant, CPA, and attorney. I needed to have a CPA and an attorney to help me establish or do the corporate paperwork. Don't try and do it yourself. I mean, this is, you know, anytime you're messing with the IRS, you just don't want to save money. You know, I think it cost me about $1,000, maybe $1,500 to do it, but it's well worth it. Set days to calculate and pay your estimated taxes. I will be totally transparent. Still haven't gotten to that part yet. And prepare for your future, insurance, savings, investments. And I think Rob was saying that he's having a good old time in the stock market right now. Stock market was having a fire sale recently. So, you know, now's the time to look at investing, and understand too that, you know, a lot of people think that because we're in real estate, we can't do things like a 401k. You can. Talk to an investment banker or investment broker. There are 401k programs that you can set up as an independent contractor or as a business that, you know, will fund your retirement or help fund your retirement. Any questions?
Somebody blessed you, Renee.
Somebody what?
Somebody blessed you.
What, for my coughing or for what I was saying? Okay. Hey, you know something? I think we're done. Any thoughts? Any thoughts about this? Just because it's one of the shortest doesn't mean it's not one of the least important. Nothing?
Renee, I have a question.
Yes.
You said that when you were talking about hiring an attorney,
Oh,
and then
okay. Yeah.
and then I lost you. You said you paid $1,000 or $1,500 for what? An LLC or an S corp? What did you purchase?
I got an S corp, and what they did is they filed all the paperwork with the state. They applied for the corporate number. They did all that for me.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Thank
you know,
you. Yep.
they took care of everything. And again, you know, now's the time to do this stuff because, you know, you have the time to sit down and plan. And, you know, as I said, I've been licensed since 1986. I have been at Keller Williams since 2007. I've heard this once or twice. And it finally sunk in 3 years ago. And, you know, if I can give people a little bit of a head start, go for it. Any other questions about this? Any questions about, you know, I think the other important thing in this, and I'm not trying to drag us out. I mean, if we don't have any questions, we can go, but I think it's really important for you to figure out what your goal is for now, from between now and the end of the year. And, you know, we could have had goals at the beginning of the year, but we didn't know what was happening. You know, we didn't know this was going to happen. So I think that it's worthwhile to sit down right now, sit down and figure out between May 1st and December 31st, this is what I want to accomplish. Now, based on the program that we saw before, okay, this, where it said 56, you know, if you divided it by, say, 20, if you divided the 416 by 20, or whatever you divided it by, take the number of units you need to have and divide that by, what is it, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, 8 months. So take that number and divide it by 8 months. That's how many listings or sales you need to have per month. Everybody got it?
Can you say that one more time?
Okay, take whatever number it was, whatever your number was for the gross profit, okay? And you divide that by the average commission income. You know, I'm sure in San Jose, and even in Santa Cruz, if you're doing business in Santa Cruz and all that, you know, we're probably talking 900,000. And I always use 0.275 as my number, as my commission, because some people do pay the 3%, some 2.5%. So I came out with 306,000. If I was going to want to net 100,000, I came out with, and I was to say that my average commission was 20,000. I came out, no, anyway. So let's do 416. Anyway, divided by the 20,000. Whatever number you get, 56, 25, 10, take that number and divide it by 8. That's how many months are left at the end of the year. So now you have how many closings or how many escrows you need to have between now and the end of the year per month, right? Yes, Renee. Then take that number and say you have an 80% closing rate, or you have a, let's say a 70%, or let's say even a 50% for the newer people. So take that number, whatever it is, and divide it by 50%. How many people have I lost now?
I'm lost.
Me
So,
too, Renee.
Okay,
so you take the 56 and you divide it by the 8 months, right?
right.
So that's 7 home sales per month.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so now take that 7 home sales and divide it by 0.50.
Okay.
If you have a 50% closing rate, for every person, you have to talk to 2 people before you get somebody to work with you, or you
Yeah.
get an appointment. You would have to talk to 14 people to get 7 appointments.
Okay. So you'll need around 14. So you talk to 14 people and 50% of them close. So that'll get you your home sales per month. So you need 7 home sales per month
Yeah.
till the end of the year to get 100,000 net profit goal.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. He said it so well.
You're welcome.
I'm confused. Is everybody else, again, this is just giving you a rough idea to figure out what you need to do for the remainder of the year to reach your goal. Okay, any other questions? Well,
No, I think it's
go
good.
ahead.
No, I thought it was really good. Thank you.
I can, and this is gonna be probably, I'll be there tomorrow, but I just wanted to say that it has been such a pleasure working with you guys over the last month. Your commitment to your professional growth is heartwarming. It's very easy at this time to check out and say, you know, I'll just wait until they open up everything. And you guys have remained committed. It's been pretty much the same people on every day. And I just want to say what a pleasure it's been working with all of you, getting to know all of you. And I can't wait to actually get to see you face to face, all except Tom, who I've seen plenty of times.
Well, Renee, thank you for that. And I was thrilled to be part of your class here today.
Okay, thank you. Look at
Renee,
that smile.
thanks for sharing your wisdom.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Well, hey, you know, you learn, you know, the best way to learn is you're taught, then you teach, and then you teach someone else. So anyway, thanks a lot, and we'll
You're
see you
all
tomorrow.
done, Renee? You're all set?
Yep,
Hey,
I'm all set.
One more thing. This
Yes.
is Randy from Gateway. Hey, thanks, Renee. Good job today. I just want to say that I wish I knew all this when I was new in the business.
Oh, God, yes.
Very, very helpful. And one thing I can add is get yourself a good tax person that knows real estate. Very
Awesome.
important. They need to know real estate. So anyways, great job, Renee.
No,
All right,
and thank you, Randy, for sharing that, because I'm with you. I'm with you. And sometimes we know it and we still don't do it. Anyway, yes, dear?
I was just gonna say thank you so much, and we have one more class tomorrow, which Randy will be teaching. So we look forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, you all take care.
All right. Thanks. Have a great day.
Bye, thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.